Hi everyone, firstly I'd like to thank you all for the support that I've received so far and to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. It's super encouraging to see a lot of interest for this sort of material. And if you do find it interesting and have not subscribed yet, be sure to do so and you'll be updated on new content. But anyways, today I'll be giving you a gentle introduction into Unity's and most game engines' graphics pipeline. To start, I'll go over the general graphics pipeline, which describes how your 3D scene is converted into what you see on a 2D screen. So, the way that Unity works is that it renders objects on every frame, and through C# you're able to use their update method to call functions on each frame and perform different actions for your game. While every frame is running, Unity is doing calculations to determine what to show you on the next frame. This involves reading the new input from the players and then rendering those changes to the game world. Rendering is just another word for generating the image to be shown. As you can see on the image on the right, the update method is looking for a key press for W and then changing the position of the game object if the key is pressed. These changes will be shown on the next frame. The update method runs on every frame. Here's an image showing how a general graphics pipeline works. The application phase, as mentioned earlier, takes in the input and determines the necessary changes. The geometry stage, or better known as the vertex pipeline, changes vertices and also transforms from 3D local coordinates to 2D local coordinates. And it will do this for every object on the scene. Then the rasterization stage fills out the colors and shadings on the screen. So the application phase takes in the inputs and changes made to the scene by the user or the game itself, and then it passes those to the geometry phase, or better known as the vertex pipeline, where the vertices of the meshes are passed in and changed if needed. In this stage, the vertices are transformed from local to viewport space. So as you can see on the right, when you make an unlit shader in Unity, this is the vertex function that appears. I've removed the fog statement for now. So here, the vertices are being transformed from their local 3D coordinates to their clipping coordinates. And I'll explain what that means in the next couple of slides. Then it also does UV mapping, which is just a technique used to wrap a 2D image texture onto a 3D mesh. U and V are the names of the axes on the plane. Here in the geometry stage, there are several transformations or matrix multiplications that the object needs to go through before showing accurately on your screen. So at the start, each object has their own local space, or the coordinates the object belongs in, which can then be converted into their world space, which is the coordinate system for the entire scene. This happened through multiplying certain matrices that the Unity provides. And in this case, it's the model matrix. Then this gets transformed into view space coordinates, which means that the coordinate will now be seen via the camera's point of view. The clip space determines which points are actually shown, or in other words, which points are in the camera's field of view. Finally, the screen space, or the viewport transform, turns the 2D world coordinates to device coordinates, or where the world coordinates are mapped to be displayed. So here's just an image explaining how clipping planes work. So the camera has two clipping planes, the near one and the far one, so anything outside of these clipping planes will not be shown. And you can set these in the Unity editor. And now for the final rasterization phase. Here, this stage takes in the vertices and converts them to shapes for displaying on the screen. The vertices make up triangles, which is what the polygons are made out of. And then the rasterizing phase fills in the points on the screen where it should be rendered. So on the image, you can see that there are 3 vertices which form the triangle. And then Unity will determine what points fall inside of this triangle, and then it will fill those out with color and shading. And that's the basics of the graphics pipeline and how Unity runs their pipeline. This was more of a high-level overview so you can get a general idea of how it works. This is not really covered, I feel, enough. I've been using Unity for 3 years and I took a computer graphics class in college and I still cannot wrap my head around this without doing much more research. So if you'd like to see more videos like these or other kinds of tutorials, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I'm still new to rendering and graphics, but as I learn, I'd love to help others learn as well. I'll also be posting about other topics in this channel. So thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video.